Good morning. Welcome to this session on self-confidence, the key to success. That's the topic that has been allotted to me. You are able to see an ocean and the waves, right? The ocean is confident that it can generate waves. Yes or no? Each wave is confident that it will be able to go up to the shore. Yes or no? So each thought of ours, as it is struggling to get formed in our mind, is sure that we will be able to express it, understand it, relate it to the context, compare it with what we know and what others know, so that we can appreciate its importance, its meaning, its significance, and what we can do with that thought. When we are told that knowledge is power, what is this knowledge? It consists of thoughts, isn't it? If individual thoughts are removed, where is knowledge? If all the drops of water are removed from the ocean, where is the ocean? And when there is no ocean, where are the waves? Are you able to see? Right. Now I just wanted to spend a minute or two further making you look at those waves. But meanwhile, I would like to start off this session in a slightly unconventional manner. I'll get to the details a little later. I'll show you my PowerPoint presentation. Meanwhile, give me a number between 1 and 6. 5. Rethink your mistakes as lessons learned and ensure that you do not repeat the mistakes. It is human to err. Knowingly or unknowingly, we might have made some mistakes. Learning lessons from the mistakes of ours and that of others, so that we don't repeat the mistakes, is the way which will boost our self-confidence. Right? Give me a number between 7 and 12. 9. Keep a proper record of all your experiences, both of your successes and failures. Why a record is necessary? Normally, we have the confidence that our memory is good, we know what happened to us, and so on. But when we start putting it down, the thought gets crystallized in greater detail, and when we briefly note it down, it's a reinforcement to the thought that is in the mind, and consequently the impression that it creates is much stronger and deeper. Effect? Next time when we are facing a similar situation, we will be very careful, because we have not only an experience, a registered experience, but a recorded experience and a reinforced experience. So we will be more careful in analyzing the set of circumstances that we may be facing in the future. Right? Give me a number between 13 and 18. 16. Read regularly, at least for 15 minutes. Review regularly. Meditate at least occasionally. What are the advantages? When you read, you will know how much we do not know. When we review, we integrate it with what we know. When we meditate, what all we know gets internalized. That means it becomes our own. So we'll be able to use it with confidence. Okay? Right. Give me a number between 19 and 24. 23. Be enthusiastic. Enthusiasm gives you energy and vitality. Success follows eager and excited effort. If you are enthusiastic, if you are eager, if you are energetic, you try to give your best. When you give your best, normally the probability of success is high. But if you are dull, in a bad mood, disinterested, feeling weak, and then in such a set of mind or with such attitude, you begin to do something, what is the probability of success? will be relatively low. Am I clear? Are you following? Am I communicating? Right? Now, before I proceed further, how many of you do not follow Telugu? I just want to know, so that whether I can use a sentence or two if necessary. మీకెంత మందికి తెలుగు అర్థం కాదు చేతులెత్తండి. So all of you can follow Telugu? Right. So I may be tempted to use a bit of it. Don't worry. Yesterday evening, when I was contacted by the Ramakrishna Math office people that I should give a session on self-confidence, the key to success, I wanted to change partly, at least add something to what I have used last time. I woke up at 4 o'clock, changed about 4 to 5 slides, and then there was a power failure. Result? I could not copy it onto the pen drive and get it for you. So, I am showing an earlier version, something which I have probably used in this premises a month or two ago. But when you get back home, I'll give you an address towards the end of my lecture where the revised PowerPoint presentation of mine is already available on the internet. Those of you who have access to internet can access it, download it freely. So the revision is not present. I can't help it. But whatever I am having ready, I am going to show and explain that to you. We have seen the ocean and we have seen the waves. The confidence with which every wave would like to raise, overcome the obstacles of the earlier waves that are returning back to the sea and try to reach the shore. Confidence, success, energy, enthusiasm, backing, a destination, an experience that I have done it before, I will do it again. These are the basic things that come and improve our confidence. A confident person would be able to perform better. The opposite of the word confidence is diffidence. That means doubt, whether you will be able to do, or I have not done it before, or earlier I have done once, maybe I was lucky then, I succeeded, but today I am not sure whether I will be equally lucky. So all this hesitation in our mind is likely to pull us down. What is the effect of this pulling us down? We will not be enthusiastic, we will not be energetic, we will not be active, we will not be serious, we will be dull, depressed. And in such a bad mood, if you are going to do something, maybe you will succeed, but I am not very sure whether you will succeed when you have so many negative things affecting your thinking. Clear? So what is your mood now? Positive or negative? Energetic? Enthusiastic? Confident? God bless you. Let's proceed further. A flower has many lessons to teach us. It's beautiful. It has a purpose. It has a logic. It has the strength of the nature. It is sure that it is going to become something. Maybe it will become a raw fruit. A ripe fruit will give you a seed. And if you sow that seed, it will sprout and become a plant. A plant will grow into a tree. Each season it will give you hundreds and thousands of buds that blossom into flowers. They become raw fruit, ripe fruit, and give you the seeds. All that nature's power as an instinct is experienced and stored in every small particle of the flower. And flower is future. Flower is confidence of the nature that it can sustain, stand, and run till eternity. When we look at nature, these are the feelings that we must get. In the morning when you get up, you feel more active or dull? Why? Because we slept the previous night. Whatever be the activity that we had, 12 hours, 14 hours, 16 hours, 18 hours, you exhausted and depleted your energy. The rest has given you recharging facility. With the result, when you get up in the morning, you feel really more confident and hopeful. You feel like accepting new challenges and responsibilities. Continue what you have left incomplete the previous day. So, you find a situation that as sun raises further and further, higher and higher, that you think you are more confident of facing the challenges of the day. With light, we are more confident. In darkness, we are more diffident. With clarity, we are more confident. When there is lack of clarity, we are diffident. Previous experience improves our confidence. Lack of experience decreases our confidence or increases our diffidence, and so on. If you have done something before, you are sure that you can do it confidently next time. But when you have never done it, you have your doubts whether you would succeed or not, and so on. This human mind is wonderful. If you have positive attitude, you are likely to be encouraged further. But if you have a dull and negative, pessimistic attitude, you are likely to be discouraged further. Your mind controls you, and if you can learn how to control your mind, you will be much better and more successful. So self-confidence, the key to success, is the topic. That's my name. I am a retired professor from the Osmania University, and I love to talk to young people like you, so that if at least some of you can be motivated to become good, better, contributing citizens of the society, I think what more is required? That is the purpose of the youth. And if we, with some experience of ours, can help you to become that, we would feel that we are fortunate and lucky. Self-confidence. What is this? First question. What is confidence? 2. What is self-confidence? If I am believing in the one who is behind me and then say I am confident, then it is not self-confidence. Do you get my point? Let's say a child is fighting with another child. Okay? Now that child is stronger, bigger, and I am a little weak. Meanwhile, my mother came and is standing behind me. I feel suddenly more confident. Yes or no? Because my mother is behind me, na? If there is anything happening, my mother will take care of that fellow. So now I start fighting more. But what is self-confidence? Mother is there or not, no problem, I can deal with you. Do you see the difference between confidence and self-confidence? No. If you are not confident, you can never become self-confident. It is only when you have become confident, then the next stage is becoming self-confident. Right? Now, a small example. What's your name?
Aparna.
Huh?
Aparna.
Aparna. Aparna, please stand up. You can walk?
Yes.
Please. Get back. Thank you. Now she was able to walk with confidence, isn't it? What a silly, stupid question. Can you walk? Huh? No. You can walk? Sure? Confident?
Yes,
Paka? Right. Can you walk on water? You said you can walk. Can you walk in the air? No. Can you walk on the fire? Right. I am not teasing Aparna. I am only trying to convince you through her that when it's such a simple thing, can you walk? Huh? Please? Oh. Are you able to get the point? Can you walk? Huh? Can you walk on water? Huh? On air? Huh? On the fire? Huh? Well, that is what I wanted to convey. So what is it that we learned now? We know that we can walk, right? But provided there is a solid ground, which is not slippery. You get my point? Certain conditions are assumed. If there is any change in the conditions, are you able to follow? If there is any change in the conditions, I am not sure whether I will be able to do it. Or it is against the laws of nature, or against my nature, whatever it is, minor. But if those set of conditions and circumstances are continuously present, then I am continuously sure of demonstrating my ability. Are you able to follow? Now, how does this confidence build over a period of time. When you have done something repeatedly, for example, ask a child who is just picking up how to walk. Let's say we can talk and the child can reply back. If you were to ask the child, can you walk? It would say, no, not sure. Hundreds and thousands of times the child has fallen onto the ground while it was trying to walk. Then over a period of time, it picked up. Its muscles have become stronger, bones have become stronger, and once it starts walking, it starts running. Greater confidence. You just want the child to walk, it only runs, it never walks. We have seen it. We were all like that as children earlier. What am I trying to say? When you have done it repeatedly, your confidence improves. Simple. Practice, and much more practice improves your confidence. But if the practice levels are low, or poor, or uncaring, or you have not registered the required experience, or you have not studied the implications of that experience, then naturally, in spite of the practice, your performance will be poor. Clear? Sania Mirza. Any bells ringing here? Tennis, right? Let's say I have an opportunity to play tennis with Sania Mirza on the other side. Now you will be looking at me. Kya samajh rahe ho? Sania Mirza there, top seed, one of the top, say 80 or 60 or 40 or whatever that be in the world, and here is an old man? Huh? Yes. I know I will not win. Are you getting my point? I will not be able to win against her. But I know very well that because I know the rules of the game, okay, I can at least try to serve. Or maybe I will try to receive her service. I will try to place it back on the other side of the net. And if I am lucky, maybe at least 1 point I will win. If not, doesn't matter. I will be able to tell my grandchildren, I played with Sania Mirza. Are you able to see the point? Right from the first moment, I knew very well that I can't win. Am I clear? But still the opportunity, the enthusiasm, the energy, not the diffidence. That is the positive side of the confidence. It's not necessary that you will be getting only repeat opportunities in your life. Many a time, you may have to face new situations in your life. But the confidence with which you have faced earlier comparable situations is going to improve your confidence to face this new situation now. So that is the reason why we have to be careful and taking care of this. But okay, just 1 minute please. Was it this one? I don't know. There was a power failure and hence a distraction. I was talking about ability to walk. Similarly, ability to talk. If you have addressed a gathering of 100 people, next time if I ask you to talk before a group of 10, you will be very confident. But you are always talking before a group of 10, 12, 15, and I say now address this group of 100 people, you will say, sir, I have not done it before. Are you able to get the point? Accepting challenges, improving our experience, practicing and getting the opportunities or the best out of the opportunities is the way to improve our confidence. So I told you what is confidence. how we get it. 2, what is self-confidence? That is not because someone is present behind me, but because it is there in my heart, my experience, right? That is self-confidence. How to improve the self-confidence? We'll be able to discuss some of these things. But the point I am trying to now tell you is, let us gradually evolve it. What is your present confidence level? Immediately when this question is asked, we must ask another question in respect of what? For example, in respect of her ability to walk, Aparna is very clear that she can walk on any hard surface, no problem. Your ability to fly? No, sir. Can you cook? Can you cook for 200 people? No, sir. I can cook for 2 people. Are you getting the point? Confidence level is related to a particular aspect of activity, not in general and not wide open and not to unfamiliar things. The moment we understand that, in case your present level of self-confidence is not up to the desirable level, that means relatively low, have you ever seriously analyzed the reasons for it? Have you ever seriously analyzed the reasons for it as to why your confidence is low? If you use your mind, analyze the reasons and build up the defenses, improve your practice, then your confidence level will increase. For example, I ask her, can you give me a cup of tea? She will say, yes, sir. Well, I am having a party tomorrow. Can you prepare tea for 100 people? Sir, I have never prepared. I know that it is water, milk, tea, sugar and nothing else. But you know how much quantity, how I should go about, the size of the vessel, the stove and its capacity. Well, these are all the things I do not know, sir. Are you getting the point? Preparation of tea is very simple, but moment the context is changed, or you are familiar with the gas stove, but I don't have a gas stove, I'll give you a lot of dry wood and say, start please, sir. Get me the tea. You say, sir, I have not done it before. Any change in this entire set is going to create a peculiar situation. Whatever it is, you must be able to understand it. Extension, application, expansion, experience, enthusiasm, energy, experiment, expertise. They will come over a period of time and not suddenly. Practice the habit of thinking on paper. That means putting down your thoughts on paper so that you can see what is right, what is wrong, plan, implement, review, execute, replan and re-implement. Then you will know where you have made the mistake. Next time you will plug that area and you will be able to do it better. How well are you motivated? It is that decides the level of the confidence and the self-confidence. If you are properly motivated, you will be able to do it better. If your motivational levels are low, you will not be able to do it. So what motivates you? Simple things or noble ideas? Great people have been motivated and inspired by great personalities. Their motivational levels are high. Inspirational levels are high. Their performance would relatively be high. So if your motivational levels and inspirational levels are high, your performance levels will also be high. How active and effective are you? It depends on your motivational levels. In your own interest, can you not improve your motivational levels and activity levels further? You woke up early in the morning, planned to be here by 8 o'clock for attending a session 8 to 9. Why? You know you are students. You want to become something. Maybe you want to become a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, an accountant, whatever that be. You want to give your best. You felt that all these years you took things a little lightly. Now you want to be serious. Now how to be serious? Meet a group of people who are more serious, so you will also become a member of that group and you become more serious. Now what is seriousness? That means not smiling. No. That's not seriousness. Intelligently,
Involving in the seminar discussion.
Yes. Getting interested. Meeting people. Comparing yourself with others. Maybe he has 4+ points. I have only 1. Maybe she has 4 things to tell me. I have nothing to tell her. But when I meet a group of people, I'll be able to know where I am. I'll be able to know where I can be. I'll be able to motivate myself to perform better. Are you able to follow? If I have never known anyone, never met anyone, never discussed anything with anyone, how do I know where do I stand? For example, I come from a village. I am the champion of the village. I play the best chess. No fellow in the village is able to beat me. Right? I'll be having overconfidence. Right? I come to the city. Then I say, I am the champion. And every one of you are able to defeat me, let us say. Okay? What happens to my confidence? Boosted? No, goes down, isn't it? Now what am I trying to say? Not that I do not know the rules of the game, but the point is, I played with a group of 10 to 12 people there in my village, right? And I am the best player there. But when I came to the city and I met so many people, every one of you, well, I lost the game. That means you are much better than me. Then it dawns on me that I have a lot more to learn. Vidyadadati vinayam. Be humble. Don't be proud. Don't think you know a great deal. Be willing to learn anything from anywhere. It is that humility that makes you learn. For example, he plays wonderfully, let's say. Very good. Why don't you tell me 2 or 3 tricks, favorite tricks of your game? He will say, okay, I will teach you, right? That's how I will be able to learn. If from each one of you, I learn one trick, that means my earlier experience plus 60 tricks, right? I am now stronger. Maybe I will be able to beat every one of you. Do you see the difference? This is how we have to build experience, build confidence, build self-confidence and perform better.
Sir, can self-confidence be based or changed upon the external conditions?
Yes. That's why you have to be prepared. Expect the unexpected. Right? For example, you can swim, say, in a swimming pool. Right? But can you swim in flowing waters? Can you swim in an ocean? Can you cross the English Channel? Are you able to get my point? You know how to swim. There is no doubt about it. But can you do these more challenging tasks? Not necessarily. So, external circumstances can also determine and decide and define your levels of confidence. I have just picked up 5 words that start with the letter E. It is your motivational level that leads to excellence. And if you are excellent, naturally you will be successful. First thing is you must be enthusiastic. Then you will be energetic. Then you will be able to conduct an experiment, doing things differently. That gives you the experience. Accumulate that experience, it becomes expertise. And if you are an expert, you are pursuing the path of excellence. And if you are pursuing the path of excellence, how can there be failure for you? When you are the best of the lot, definitely you will be successful. A waterfall, be good and do good. That's a beautiful quotation from Swami Vivekananda. Get inspired. Let noble people inspire you. Who are your role models? Not the film stars, cricket stars, etc. They may be good in their field, but they will not be able to tell you anything about the life and its complexities. Have some great people. Maybe it's Vivekananda, or maybe Mahatma Gandhi, or maybe Mother Teresa, or Mother Sharada, or Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, or Abraham Lincoln, someone, Abdul Kalam, someone who has really lived, has done something for the society. Read something about those people. Read their biographies and autobiographies. Then you will be able to get better motivation and better enthusiasm and inspiration and so on. So get inspired, because inspiration will decide motivation. Motivation will decide your pursuit of excellence. Pursuit of excellence will decide whether you are going to succeed or otherwise. When you see the picture of a lion, what do you feel? Fear? It's a picture.
If you see a lion?
If you see a lion, right. It's in the cage. Will you be afraid? See? Lion, real lion, I am afraid of. Picture of a lion, I am not afraid. But a real lion, in the zoo, in the cage, I am not afraid. Are you able to see? One lion is sufficient to make us feel a little disturbed. 100 lions, much more disturbed. A beautiful statement from our Swami Vivekananda. If 100 lions are led by a sheep, and if 100 sheep are led by a single lion, because of the leadership qualities, the single lion that leads the 100 sheep will win the other team consisting of 100 lions led by a single sheep. Do you understand the beauty of that statement? What are you going to become? A lion, preferably led by a lion, not by a sheep. You understand the difference? Confidence is required for the future or for the past. Past is gone, bygones. You can't put the clock back. Confidence is required for the future, not for the past. Future, by definition, is uncertain. We do not know what's going to happen next moment, tomorrow, day after, next year. Confidence brings out the best in you. You will be able to perform better because your motivation is high. It converts the problems into opportunities. There are optimists who see opportunities in every problem they face. There are pessimists who see a problem in every opportunity. So what should be your mindset? Opportunities will be there. Don't search for the problems. But it doesn't mean foolishly rush. No. Be wise, be experienced, be careful. But you must be able to understand the danger as well as the opportunity. Thought plus word plus action. If you merely have good thoughts and not able to express, or you are only able to express, not able to perform, act, show it as a reality, then what's the difference? Confidence has something to do with all these three things. Experience improves confidence. Experience includes both success and failure, or positive and negative experience. I have tried 5 times earlier. I have failed. 6th time I am trying. Observing me, you would say, 5 times he has failed, 6th time also he will fail. But I would say, 5 times I know the reasons why I have failed, 6th time I am confident I will succeed. I may not, that's a different issue. Who gave us the electricity bulb? How many experiments he has conducted to finally decide? Number of experiments. So someone laughed at him and said, "Arey, leave that, you can't find it out." He said, "When I failed 1,000 times, now I know that 1,000 things don't work. I am trying for 1,001 thing and so on. So each time I fail, it is adding to my knowledge, adding to my experience, improving my confidence that I am going to succeed in future." Do you get the logic? I think many of us, we will try once, twice, thrice, and if we fail, we will immediately stop doing it. Arey apne se nahi hota. Avvadu mana vallu enduku vachinde panchayat. Udilipettru adi inkedana pani chesko. That's our temperament. But how about that person? Persistence, determination, discipline. He was able to win. That sort of perseverance is required if you really want to become something in your life. 3 energies are required. We have a body that can be seen clearly. A mind, we know that it exists, but we cannot see our mind. And a soul, well, it is there, we won't be able to see. We won't be able to experience it even as we can experience the presence of our mind. Yes? So, we need physical energy, we need mental energy, and we need spiritual energy. Physical energy is dependent on your food. Huh? Physical? That's what I am saying. Your body, your structure, your genes, your food, your environment, whether it's polluted or not, your exercise, your yoga, pranayama, meditation, all these things will determine your physical energy levels. Take care of them. How about the mental energy? Mental sleep. Sleep gives you rest. Rest recharges your body more. Maybe it will recharge your mind also, but we will not use the word sleep as an energizing influence. Okay? Don't worry. Now, how about this mind? You are your thoughts. And if you have read lot, integrated a great deal, you are very strong in your thoughts and ideas and expressions. But if you have not read much, you have not interacted much, you don't know much, then mentally you may not be strong, physically you may be very strong. Do you see the difference? Then how about the spiritual energy? Comes through practice, comes through less of selfishness, comes with good qualities like not ready to cheat others. There are some people who are too willing to cheat. They are ready to tell a lie. అబద్ధం చెప్పాలి, మంచిగా చెప్తా, మోసం చేయాలి, అభ్యంతరం ఏముంది? That is the attitude of some people. No. Use your intelligence not to cheat others. Use your intelligence not to be cheated by others. Protecting myself so that others don't cheat me is perfectly understandable. But because I am intelligent, I should not misuse it and try to cheat others and so on. So develop all these three energies, and naturally a combination of these things would improve your levels of confidence. How effective are you? How efficient are you? It is your attitude. There are some people who do even small things and minor things very carefully. So over a period of time, they will be building up a mindset which will make them do anything equally well, equally seriously and equally perfectly. But there are some people, small things they do carelessly. Are you getting my point? And over a period of time, they are always not consistently serious. Sometimes they are serious, sometimes they are not serious. What is the effect of that? The outcome and the quality of the outcome, we are not sure. But if you develop the consistent habit of being serious, sincere, good, and giving your best in everything you do, in everything, yours, personal, official, others, pertaining to parents, pertaining to relatives, pertaining to friends, etc., if you have that mindset of committing and dedicating yourself to doing everything perfectly well, then over a period of time, you will do anything perfectly well. That will improve your confidence and the confidence that others will have in you. Am I clear? ఒకసారి ఏమవుతుంది తెలుసునా, మీరు బాగా పని చేస్తారనుకోండి, మీరు ఏదో కొత్త పని చేయాల్సి వచ్చింది, మీ నాన్న ఏమంటారు? నమ్మకం ఉంది మా వాడి మీద, చక్కగా చేస్తాడు అని అంటారు. మీరు ఏ పని చెప్పినా పాడు చేస్తారనుకోండి. ఉదాహరణకి నేను బాబు ఒక డజన్ అరటిపళ్ళు తెచ్చేయ్యా, వద్దండి మా వాడికి చెప్పకండి, మా అమ్మాయిని పంపిస్తాను, వాడు ఏ పని సరిగ్గా చేయడు. మీకు తేడా తెలిసిందా? అంటే నీ చుట్టూ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి నీ పైన ఎలాంటి నమ్మకం ఉంది? నువ్వు బాగా ఆలోచించి తెలివిని వాడుకుని చక్కగా పని చేస్తావు అన్న అభిప్రాయాన్ని కలిగించావా, లేక వేస్ట్ ఫెలో, వద్దు రిస్క్ తీసుకుంటావు, డబ్బు దండగా, వాడికి పనప్ప చెప్పొద్దు అనే పేరు సంపాదించుకున్నావా? నువ్వు బాగా చేస్తావని సంపాదించుకుంటే మంచి పేరు, నీకు మరింకింతమంది పని చెప్పటం వల్ల నీకు మరింకింత అనుభవం, మరింకింత అవకాశం, మరింకింత నమ్మకం, మరింకింత ఆత్మవిశ్వాసం వస్తాయి. అలా కాకుండా బాగా పనిచేస్తే మీరందరూ పని చెప్తారు, అందుకని పని మొదటిసారి చెడగొడితే ఎవ్వరూ పని చెప్పరు, హాయిగా ఉండొచ్చు నేను అని అనుకుంటే మొత్తం ప్రపంచం నన్ను వెలివేస్తుంది. మీకు ఈ తేడా తెలిసిందా? సాధారణంగా ఈ టీనేజ్ సైకాలజీ అని అంటాం. అంటే ఏంటంటే ఆ 13-19 సంవత్సరాల మధ్య ప్రకృతి యొక్క ధర్మం వల్ల, శరీరంలో వచ్చే మార్పుల వల్ల మనకు తిరగబడాలనిపిస్తుంది. అమ్మా నాన్న చెప్తే కోపం వస్తుంది, నాకా పని చెప్తారు. టీవీ రిమోట్ చేతిలో పట్టుకుంటే బ్రహ్మాస్త్రం ఉన్నట్టు లెక్క, నువ్వు వెళ్ళి ఆ పని చేయమంటావా? కాలింగ్ బెల్ వస్తే నన్ను వినమంటావా? టీవీ చూస్తుంటే కాలింగ్ బెల్ పట్టించుకోవాలా, తలుపులు వేయాలా, సాకలి వాడు వస్తే పద్దులు రాసుకుని బట్టలు ఇవ్వాలా, ఈ పనులు ఏం చేయ, నువ్వు చేసుకోబా. అబ్బో, నీకేమైనా అర్థమవుతుందా? ఇల్లన్న తర్వాత మరి ఇవన్నీ చేయకపోతే ఎట్లా? అమ్మ నన్ను చూసుకుంటారు, కరెక్టే. రేపు పొద్దున పెద్దదానివై మీకో పెళ్ళైన తర్వాత అప్పుడు మరి ఎవరు చూడాలి? నువ్వే చూడాలిగా. అప్పుడు చూసుకుందానులే, కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? మీకు తేడా తెలిసిందా? కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ ఎక్కడి నుంచి వస్తుంది? చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి చేస్తే వస్తుందా, ఆ సమయం వచ్చినప్పుడు చూసుకుందాంలే అనుకుంటే వస్తుందా? ఇప్పుడు 7th 8th 9th 10th పాస్ అయ్యాకేగా ఇంటర్మీడియట్కి వచ్చాం మనం. బాగా చదువుకుని వస్తే దాని ఏముంది, కొత్త సబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఉన్నా చదువుకుందాం, 85 కాకపోతే 78 వస్తుంది అన్న కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ ఉంటుంది. ఇక్కడ అత్యవసర మార్కులతో పాస్ అయ్యామనుకోండి, చచ్చి చెడి 10th పాస్ అయ్యాం. ఇంటర్మీడియట్లో ఎన్ని పేపర్లు ఉంటాయి? ఇంగ్లీష్లో చెప్తారా? అబ్బో చాలు ఉన్నది. అవుతుందా మన వల్ల? మీకు అర్థమవుతుందా కాన్ఫిడెన్స్కి డిఫిడెన్స్కి? అసలు పరీక్షలో ఎట్లా ఫెయిల్ అవుతారండి నాకు అర్థం కాదు. సంవత్సరం అంతా చదువుకోవటానికేగా మీకు ఇచ్చారు టైము. అంటే మొదటి నుంచి మనం చదవం కదా. సినిమాలు ఉన్నాయా, టీవీలు ఉన్నాయా, సీడీలు ఉన్నాయా, డివిడీలు ఉన్నాయా, పిక్నిక్లు ఉన్నాయా, పార్టీలు ఉన్నాయా, క్రికెట్ ఉన్నదా, ఫ్రెండ్స్ ఉన్నారా, రోడ్ల మీద తిరగాలనా? మరి ఇన్ని పనులున్నాక చదివేడకల్లా అవుతుంది భయ్. అందుకని ఫెయిల్ అయినా. ఫెయిల్ అయితేవా నాన్న ఇంకో సంవత్సరం చదివిస్తాడు. సో ఈ దేశాన్ని ఎవరు ఉద్ధరించాలి? మనం కాదు. ఇట్స్ నాట్ అవర్ రెస్పాన్సిబిలిటీ కదా. ఇలా ఉన్నారు కదా, వాళ్ళందరూ చూసుకుంటారు ఈ దేశం గురించి. వై షుడ్ వి వరీ అబౌట్ ది కంట్రీ? సో వీఆర్ సో సెల్ఫిష్. అండ్ ఇన్ యువర్ సెల్ఫిష్నెస్ యు ఆర్ మిస్సింగ్ వాట్ ఈస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఫర్ యూ అండ్ వాట్ ఈస్ గోయింగ్ టు బిల్డ్ యువర్ కాన్ఫిడెన్స్. నా బాధ అది. సెల్ఫిష్నెస్ అంటే ఏంటి తెలుసు కదా మనకు. నేను బాగా చదువుకోవాలనుకోవడం సెల్ఫిష్నెస్ కాదు. బాగా చదివి మంచి పనులు చేస్తా అనుకోవడం సెల్ఫిష్నెస్ కాదు. బాగా చదివి మంచి పనులు చేసి దేశానికి ఉపయోగపడతారనుకోవడం సెల్ఫిష్నెస్ కాదు. ఏ రకమైన పాజిటివ్ థింకింగ్ ఉంటే మెంటల్ స్ట్రెంగ్త్ వస్తుందో, స్పిరిచువల్ ఎనర్జీ వస్తుందో అర్థం చేసుకోవడానికి ప్రయత్నం చేయండి. కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ ఇంప్రూవ్స్ యువర్ ఎఫెక్టివ్నెస్. మోర్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్ కమ్ ఇన్ సెర్చ్ ఆఫ్ యూ. You will be in greater demand. That clearly is a proof of the fact that people trust you and entrust you with responsibility of doing better things, bigger things and greater things and so on. Welcome such a situation when people look forward to you with confidence that you will be able to perform better. Confidence improves with your willingness to learn continuously, learning from success and failure. You will welcome change with improved confidence and face the future much better. And confidence improves creativity. A different method of doing, applying your intelligence. For example, you can take a pencil and draw beautiful pictures, let us say, right? Now I tell you, okay, don't use the pencil, use the ballpoint. Yes, I will try. Oh, no. Now take the brush and the paints. I will try. No, I will just give you a piece of charcoal and a white wall. I will try. Do you see the confidence? You never have drawn any picture. Only you have been practicing some writing, but you have never drawn any picture. Now I will tell you, I will give you pen, draw my picture. No, sir. I will give you brushes, colors, paints. No, sir. I will give you a charcoal. No, sir. Why? Because I have never attempted before. If you enlarge your area of experience and activity, you will be increasingly confident. But if you never come out of the comfort zone, never accept the challenge zone, never do anything new, you will be not confident, but you will be diffident. Confidence improves creativity. Practice improves confidence. Greater the practice, greater the confidence level. Confidence makes you active and, more importantly, proactive. Confidence improves gradually, not suddenly. There is no magic wand that can make anyone else immediately confident. It's not sudden. Let's say someone is discouraging you. Sometimes it is your own self, your own negative inner voice, your own negative self-talk. Brick by brick, your confidence can be broken. So brick by brick, it has to be reconstructed. If you have been, unfortunately, a victim of negative group of people, maybe your confidence has decreased. So now you have to change your friends or change your group so that you will be in the company of good people, positive people and confident people, and that is going to boost your confidence further. So what type of friends you have? Do they encourage you, discourage you? To become better, you have to be careful and choosy about your friends. If you are unfortunately in the bad company of people who would like to scuttle your personality, who would like to discourage you, who would like to make a fool of you, who would like to increase your diffidence and not confidence level, over a period of time, it will be doing damage to you, and it is probably irreparable damage. Planning, implementation and review, gradually but continuously, bit by bit, slow by slow. Do you know this high jump? Many of you must be familiar even if you have participated or not. Let's say there is a sort of hurdle placed here, a particular height, and I practice over a period of time and jump successfully. Then the limit is raised by 1 inch or half inch. Then another 1 inch, then another 1 inch, then another 1 inch. But straight away they put 6 feet height. I can't. They just put only 2 feet. So easy for me, But I come running so I can lift my body up. While standing itself, I can cross the 2 feet level. So while running, I can cross more than 2. I have practiced it. So now, 2 feet plus 1 inch, 2 feet plus 2 inches. So over a period of time, 3 feet, maybe 4 feet. Or pole vault, I can jump even 10 feet, 12 feet. Practice, study, observation, consistent practice, gradual increase, not sudden, but continuous increase, learning from the mistakes, learning from the experience. That's how you will build your confidence. Confidence, yes, but not overconfidence. There are many of us who, yes, I can do. Overconfidence. And with overconfidence, when you fail, it pulls you down suddenly. I was asking Aparna, can you walk? We have seen that. Next time if someone asks a question, she will suddenly become diffident. For example, if I ask her, Amma, can you sing? Just okay, one line, please sing. Sing. Please sing. All that happened earlier is now running fresh in her mind. She is worried. If I were to sing, maybe he will point out some mistakes. Or maybe I cannot sing as well as I have been singing earlier. This is diffidence. Are you getting my point? Once bitten, twice shy. But now that you are more careful because of the experience, right? That's good enough. But learn it. Come on, sing. I am with you. Any song, one line, Hindi, Telugu, English, twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are, whatever you want. Padali. Padamma.
మౌనంగానే ఎదగమని మొక్క నీకు చెబుతుందా ఎదిగిన కొద్దీ ఒదగమని అర్థమందులో ఉంది
మౌనంగానే ఎదగమని silently but growing. When you look at a plant in your compound, you won't be able to see its growth every day. But if you are away for 2 months or 3 months, when you come home, you will say, oh, it has become taller. Like, when we see a child after 2 or 3 months, oh, Maunangane Yadagamani, be humble, don't be overconfident. Gradually, continuously, learning from the mistakes, recollecting a song, choosing the song, tuning the voice, bhavayuktanga, ragayuktanga, తాళబద్ధంగా అర్థవంతంగా అందంగా మరి ఇంకోసారి పాడతావా అని ఇతరులు అడిగేటట్లు పాడితే కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ పెరుగుతుంది. ఇంకోసారి వద్దులే నేను అడగను నిన్ను అంటే ఉన్న కాన్ఫిడెన్స్ పోతుంది. మీకు అర్థమైందా? ఎందుకు ప్రాక్టీస్ అవసరం చెప్పు? మౌనంగానే ఎదగమని మొక్క నీకు చెబుతుంది. కాన్ఫిడెన్స్. మౌనంగానే ఎదగమని మొక్క నీకు చెబుతుందా. పోయింది. తేడా తెలిసిందా? ప్రతి చిన్న విషయంలోనూ మనం మనస్సు పెట్టి గనక ఆలోచించి ప్రయత్నం